I gave myself 7 days, 5 side hustles, and a rule. I had to actually attempt to earn money from each one, not just sign up for the platform and call it a test. Real effort, real results, and real numbers. And the results were not what the side hustle content machine would have you believe. Not a triumphant of entrepreneurship spirit, not a disaster of wasted effort, but a genuinely useful map of which approaches pay off quickly, and which one requires more runaway than 7 days can reveal, and which one turned out to be the surprising winner that I did not predict going in. And here's the honest breakdown of every day, every attempt, and every dollar. The rules and the starting conditions, though. Before the results of what counted as a legitimate attempt, each side hustle had to receive a minimum of 4 focused hours of effort, not 4 hours of setup and research. 4 hours of actual income generating activity. I had to engage in the specific behavior that produces money in each model, making an actual delivery, reaching out to actual clients, and listing actual items for sale, creating actual content. And the rule existed because the most common ways people fail at that they fail at side hustles is by spending their time preparing to do the thing rather than just doing it. The starting conditions: a laptop, a car with about a quarter tank of gas, and skills in writing the basic design from my day job, and a pile of items around the apartment that I've been meaning to sell for the better part of a year. No special tools purchased in advance, no advantage that a person with a similar background couldn't replicate starting from zero on a Monday morning. Day one and two, a delivery driver. I signed up for DoorDash on a Sunday night and was active by Monday afternoon. The onboarding process took about 40 minutes and required nothing beyond a valid driver's license, a proof of insurance, and a past background check. And by 5 p.m. Monday, I was accepting orders. The experience, more waiting than delivering. In the first 2 hours, I learned which zones were active and which restaurant clusters produce efficient order sequences. And the first day netted $67 in 3.5 active hours at 19.14 per hour before expenses. After subtracting fuel and the actual mileage rate from my car, the net dropped to approximately 15.20 per hour. It's not impressive. It's not negligible. In day two, I knew the patterns better, which time windows are high demand, and which restaurants have fast pickup, and which zones have favorable delivery density. I earned $94 in 4 hours and 23.50 per hour before fuel, and 18.80 after the learning curve in delivering driving is real and measurable. Day two performance was meaningfully better than day one because I understood the patterns. Total for the 2 days, $161. And gross, approximately $127 after fuel expenses. In the honest verdict, delivery driving is reliable, accessible, and it pays a real, if modest, hourly rate that improves with experience and pattern knowledge. And it requires no skill beyond knowing the area and the platform. The ceiling is hours available multiplied by an hourly rate that doesn't scale regardless of the expertise. Day three, selling items online. I pulled everything from the apartment that had been on the mental sell it someday list for months. A camera lens I'd replaced but never sold. 3 pieces of electronics still in boxes. A stack of books. A piece of gym equipment gathering dust, and kitchen items I'd upgraded past and then photographed everything in the morning. Research pricing on eBay and Facebook Marketplace for each item, and I had listings live by noon. And by the end of the day, three, two items sold on Facebook Marketplace for $95 total in cash pickup transactions, and 2 items sold on eBay for a combined $178. Payment pending, the standard hold on new seller accounts clearing in 3 to 5 days. The remaining items were listed and actively receiving inquiries. Total income accessible on day three, $95 cash, and total income earned but pending, $178. What the day taught me? Selling own item is the highest income per hour activity available to someone with a meaningful backlog of unused possessions because the acquisition cost was already paid in the past and the current transaction is nearly pure margin. The 4 hours I spent taking photos and researching and listing converted into $273 in sales and or $68 per hour, including the pending amount. No comparable activity in the 7 days came close to that ratio for items already on hand. And the ceiling is finite. Once the backlog is clear, the model either ends or the transitions into sourcing, which requires different skills and capital. Day four, freelance writing outreach. I spent 4 days attempting to land a freelance writing client using only the network and outreach method rather than platform applications. Direct personal messages to contacts who might need writing help or know someone who does. I sent 17 personalized messages describing the specific type of work I could do and asking for either an engagement or a referral. Results by the end of the day two responses expressing interest, and one of whom scheduled a call for the following week, and one who asked for a couple samples. No money earned on day four, and this is the most important data point in the entire experiment. High ceiling income opportunities require more runway than 4 hour ones or a 1 day. The freelance writing attempt was not a failure, it's an investment in a pipeline that produces income on a timeline measured in weeks rather than days. The call schedule for the following week eventually became a $600 project, and the sample request became a client who paid $1,100 over the following month. None of that showed up in the 7 day window. And the day four lesson, evaluating the high ceiling side hustle on a 7 day timeline, is a category error. They're real and they pay well, they just don't pay in 7 days. And here's the day five task based platform work. I signed up for TaskRabbit and accepted two tasks furniture assembly for one client and help moving items for another. Available on short notice in my area. Both tasks were completed in the same day, and 4 hours total was $145 in earnings at the platform's rate for skilled labor in my market. The TaskRabbit experience was the most physically demanding of the five, and the clearest skill to earning relationship. People who list specific skill tasks, furniture assembly, TV mounting, handyman services, at rates that reflect actual skill earned significantly more per hour than people doing generally physical assistance. My $36 per hour rate for the furniture assembly task was the highest hourly rate I earned in physical work all week. And total day on day five, $145 in 4 hours, 36.25 per hour. Honest verdict: task-based platform work pays well for specific skill tasks and modestly for general labor. The skill premium is real, and the hourly rate for skilled work is meaningfully better than delivery driving and requires physical energy and a specific task skill set. Day six and seven, content creation. I spent the final 2 days creating a YouTube video about fittingly. The first 5 days of the experiment. Script written on day six, filmed, edited, and upload on day seven. Total time, approximately 9 hours across both days. Income earned from the video in the 7 day window, $0. The video was new on a small channel in the early algorithmic testing and phase where distribution is minimal and monetization is dependent on AdSense minimums and not yet met. Income earned from the video at 6 months is $47 in AdSense, $0 in other monetization. Not impressive as a standalone number, as a data point on the content creation timeline. It's clarifying. Content doesn't pay in 7 days or even 6 months at small scale. It pays at 2 years and consistent practices who've built audiences and reached monetization thresholds that produce real income. And here's the honest 7 day tally: delivery driving in 2 days, $127 net. Selling owned items, 1 day, 273 in sales, $95 accessible immediately. TaskRabbit, 1 day, $145 of freelance writing outreach. In 1 day, $0 in the window, $1,700 though in the following month. Content creation, 2 days, $0 in the window, $47 at 6 months. Total accessible income in 7 days, 367 net. Total income attributable to the 7 days effort at 30 days is $2,067. The lesson that actually matters: immediate pay activities have accessible ceilings that don't scale. High ceiling activities don't pay in the window that makes for a satisfying video results, and the profitable say day freelance outreach produced zero immediate income and thousands of dollars later. Any evaluation of side hustles that only measures 7 day results systematically overstates the value of low ceiling immediate pay options and systematically understates the value of high ceiling pipeline building ones. The right side hustle portfolio is one immediate pay activity for cash flow and one high ceiling activity for pipeline. Run both simultaneously and measure the pipeline activity on a 30 to 90-day horizon, not a 7 day one. The results that measured correctly will surprise you in the same direction mine did. Thanks for watching. If you really liked today's video, check out this video to the right and drop a sub. We could really use you on the team here on this channel. Thanks for watching and take care, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.